Okay. Now, as you're looking at 2 more nightstands, let me reach in here and pull some other stuff out because, of course, I'm never ready for anything. And we're still looking at this particular bed. And let me tip this up. Again, my thrilling camera work. There is the bed. Oh, there's some more stuff over there. And here are 2 of the nightstands. Here is one. Now, I based the design of this one off of the ones that I had more than 10 years ago. They were secondhand. It was Art Deco furniture that was, it wasn't that it was poorly made, it was just made for like regular folks. And I liked everything except for when I got to can you see that little space there where the curve is? And the top of the drawer face comes over it. Now, I could easily get rid of that and chop that off, but then I don't get the balanced drawers and I don't like that. There are also some other things I could do to fix that, which involve adding something here and making that, okay. I went ahead and made a second one because I remember at some point in my life having one that had like a little cubby area underneath it. But then again, pardon me, made the same dorky mistake. So in working on these, I decided, let me grab my ruler, that when I was working on these, let's tilt this down so you can actually see it. If I measure this foot's from the top line here, where I consider this all foot, this is trim and then foot, is about 1 centimeter. I made these, I think 5'5". Yeah, 5'5" at the curve. 5'5" starting here, and then this is the curve up here. So let's take this out for a second. Oh, let me go in there. And you can see that I just kind of, I don't know what I did. I just boned this curve really badly. I just was not thinking. And I think part of that is part of the reason for that is my brain is dealing with existential terror right now. And I think that I just needed to move my hands. So it's an okay design. I don't like this at the bottom. It's too big and it sucks up too much space here for the drawers. Oh yeah, for the one drawer. And same thing goes here. It's too much. And I need to figure that out. So I go ahead and I decide that I'm going to make another one. This is one that I drew. Did I draw this morning? I don't know when I drew it. I drew it in the last 48 hours. This is actually a tracing. And you can see, I know it's a tracing because I've got some little marks here that I put in so I know when where to add the vertical and horizontal lines. And I was putting this all together, I noticed one of the things, I needed to take care of that problem with the curve. So I'm giving 5 centimeters to this, an extra 2, and then the length of this, and then we dance around in a circle and we hope I get it right. I think this is going to be one of those pieces where it's like, you know what, I'm just not going to think about it too much. I'll figure it out eventually. Again, existential crisis. So you can see here, I put 5 millimeters here, but I put more than that between these two because I spent a lot more time. I think I put, yeah, almost 7 millimeters here, and I think 5 here and 4 down here when I was putting this area together because it needs to be balanced. And what I came up with, because I also was like, the feet on this are like really super duper like not right. So you can see how much I lowered the feet. They're only about 5 millimeters from the bottom. So This is, I hope you can't hear that. There's a car that's parked outside. It's deciding to play some music really loud. And you can see this one much, much better. It's sitting flat because I've lowered it below where the curve starts. And I just put these in here for... I want to attempt something else with a knob kind of handle. I've been looking at a lot of different kinds of stuff, and this is not what I want, because I think I just took this and wrapped some paper around it and glued it on. But I think I want something more like a bead or something. I need to root around and see what I got that I can use. But you can see from this one, this all fits much better. And if you look inside here, can you see that little T right there? That means I stuck something in there, another piece. So there's a piece here, here, and here on the bottom. So this is divided, and this has a little bit more structure. I don't know why I didn't do that again. Because I pulled out the dresser to look at it, and it's like, what am I missing? Why am I goofing this up? This is kind of a dumb mistake. And then part of me also wants to make some drawer fronts with like a bar across the front, like a pull handle kind of thing. I'm gonna look into something like that. I don't know. And you can see, I think this works a lot better by shortening this down here, the trim work down, got this to like 8 millimeters. This gives me a lot more space with which to operate. I've also been kind of experimenting a little bit more with the drawers themselves. Inside of here, because I told you the other day I'd been using a lot of the paper that I had just laminated together. It's like 50-pound paper, so this is nice and stiff. This is a little less thick, a little thicker than what I use to get the color prints done. So that's what I'm using inside of some of these, because these pieces are so small. I'm using the cardboard pieces with, of course, I never have everything out. The cardboard pieces that are that one, that are actually 2 pieces of carton board that I laminate together, and then I put white paper on the outside and white paper on the other side. This is like 2.3 millimeters thick, and I like this because it's nice and strong, and this paper does a good job of imitating what I call candy board. Candy board being boxes where you buy like candies and such, that the inside of the cardboard box is white. And since we're not buying a lot of that stuff now, I'm resorting to the paper, because I have all but exhausted all of my candy box. And see, that's what I don't like. You can see how I put these in, and I tried putting this one here and this one here, and it doesn't work. Well, it kind of works. I gotta figure something out so this works better. But I'm pleased with how this bottom part turned out, and I'm pleased for the most part about the rest of this. So of course what that means is, now that I have done a third absolutely useless, I shouldn't say useless, and absolutely not needed nightstand, I needed to make a third one. And this one would be what I would consider a yaya piece. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, it's kind of it came from my family, but it goes back to the Rolling Stones album Get Your Yayas Out, and it's the one that's got Charlie Watts on the cover, jumping up and like doing a crazy sort of yay kind of thing. He's getting his yayas out. Of course, in our family, getting your yayas out, that turned into yaya lessons for me as a teacher. It meant it means for me, a yaya piece is I've solved the problems, I figured it out, and I need to make one with 3 drawers. I don't know if it's applicable to anything other than me getting my yayas. So I wanted to see if I could do it, and then I gave myself another problem, another challenge, in that I reduced the width to 2.5 because I wanted to see if I could make long, slim box drawers like this, and it worked out really well. I'm still trying to figure out quite how to get everything, because if you look at these, there's not a lot of space in between here, and these, I don't know if these are ones that I can do this with. You know, I can't. They have to go in a specific way, which is, you know, it's tiresome. Also, they aren't very lined up on the outside, but I like the design. It's something, I saw an example of this, something similar to this, an extant example, that was kind of a high-end piece, and I wanted to see if I could do it. So that's why I gave this a whirl to see if I could make it work. And yeah, it worked. And my yayas are very pleased. So now I have, I think, oh good Lord, I am swimming in I'm swimming in nightstands. I mean, I think that this kind of nightstand could be used. However, I'm thinking that this piece, along with this one, that's a little bit more Bauhaus. Bauhaus meets 1970s IKEA furniture, kind of. This seems to me to be more kitchen. This is a drawer that would go by. This would be a set of drawers that would, you know, not with this, but like with a proper backsplash, like in a kitchen. This would be where spices would go, and your knives or whatever would go in it. And it's the same thing here. This is going to be another yaya piece because I desperately want to make another one of these. Yeah. not being great at speaking right now. It's the news right now is just here in the United States is just wow, just like not good. So I'm trying really hard not to pay a whole lot of attention to it. I think this is a good idea, but I just think it's poorly executed. I need to find something else that will work, and I can think of a type of bead that would work with this really well, but I can't lay my hands on it because I don't have any. So I'm going to take a day or so and work on these within the computer to get them kind of up to snuff. And this piece, like I said, will be kind of, there will be some changes in configuration because I can't always, let me pull these all out. If I decided I wanted to, I could make them all flush with the door the opening here, and that would be better for a kitchen, that's for sure. And I can see this too, like on the other side of like the stove that I've already put together, or the sink or something like that. So yeah, at this point I'm just yammering to hear my own voice. So everything is fine here. I'm just God, now it's turned into a puzzle box. I'm just getting nervous. For the first time today, I wanted to post something, and I thought, you know what? I shouldn't post this. This is not going to get me. This is something, and it's kind of scary. It's like, I shouldn't post this because it's going to get me the kind of attention that I don't want to have. If that makes any sense. And I'm not even going to say what the post was about. I mean, it, you know, it rhymes with, you know, you know who. And I think that kind of threw me a little bit. I'm kind of a loudmouth when it comes to things. And again, I'm fine. I'm overthinking things. Okay, anyway. I'm going to go back to working on things. Let's put these here. Put these in here because these are failed. I don't think I've shown any of these to you guys yet. These are some things I've been working on. My concept of, I love things that are in, the concept of something being behind plastic, behind glass. You can see, but you can't touch. You can pick it up and move it around, and the insides are all, I mean, I think I'm just working in metaphor right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious to me. I also like these little bottles. They're inexpensive, and they kind of look like test tubes. But I can see, I can make it make noise, I can affect it, but I can't ever get to it. So yeah, I'm just waxing and whinging and speaking in metaphor. So I'm going to go away. Thank you, patrons, and I'll see you in the next video.